Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Thomas Cavanaugh Construction is proud to present Live from the Hunt Camp, Valley Heritage Radio's annual trek to the grand old camps of the Ottawa Valley. Now, let's join the Hunt Camp crew and see where they are today.
Hello and welcome to Live from the Hunt Camp on Valley Heritage Radio! Well, we are close to home today, just outside of Renfrew at the Whelan Creek Country Club! I'm Andrew Cartwright, and joining me is our sales manager, Jerry Bim, from 98.7 FM, and we also want to thank the good folks at Thomas Cavanaugh Construction for making it possible for us to bring you the most popular radio program in the Valley.
I am so happy and honored that you've decided to upgrade the quality of the hosts on this show. And we got rid of Di Bassett, finally! We're really happy to be here at the Whelan Creek Country Club. Gary Kasaboski, of course, our amiable host here, he invited us over a couple of months ago. So, Gary,
yes, I did.
Tell us where we are.
You're in Admaston, just a little bit away from Colton Lake, actually Whelan Lake.
Right.
Which is now Somali Lake, just 10 miles out of Renfrew.
We're pretty close to home for you, aren't we?
Yeah, about, this is home.
Because we can literally almost see Gary's house from here, so...
I think we actually pulled into Gary's garage instead by accident. We're going to have to take a little detour.
Well, maybe we should have been up there to be a little more room.
Maybe.
This camp is fairly small and there's a lot of people in here.
But it's on your own home farm here.
Yes.
And tell us how long you've been hunting the property here.
We've been hunting this property since 84. When we were kids, my uncle owned this property back in 63, so we've been back and forth since then, really.
And how many hunters do you have?
Well, we started with 4, that's why the camp is this size, but it just kept getting bigger, and now, like this week, we have 7 people that are right through all week. Next week, it'll drop down 3 or 4, and then later in the week, they'll start to straggle back.
And you got quite a bunch of musicians here tonight, too, don't you? We're going to be treated to a little bit of music in a few minutes.
Yes, my brothers, Mike and Joey, they both play, and my cousin Raymond plays, and then we have friends like Billy, and he's down here, and Rick, and Tim. So there's more people that play here than that don't. And
before the show started, we were going through the people and who we were going to be talking to, and you had mentioned that some of the people in our audience here, a lot of them are, or at least some of them are wanted by the law.
Well, we don't like to publicize that, but we try to keep it low key here. No cameras, please.
Andrew, this is one of the few camps that we've been to, I believe, that actually has an outhouse with electricity in it.
Oh, wow.
And heat. Yeah. And the whole 9 yards.
We'll give you the tour later.
Yeah, just 2 at a time, though.
And it's a two-way switch, so sometimes somebody turns the lights off from here, but you can turn it back on at the other.
So what's a typical day like in the hunt camp?
We get out in the morning, we run around a little bit, and then we have breakfast, and before you know it, it's 2, 3 in the afternoon, and we maybe make a chase or 2, and then the guys will sit for the evening, and then we come in, have a good meal, and usually play guitars.
Who's the cook?
We all take turns.
What I wanted to do first was I wanted to know, I'm always curious about the name of the hunt camp. Was it a group effort when you came up with that? What's the story behind the name?
No, well, this was called Whelan Creek because that was Whelan Lake down there a long time ago, but they changed the name, and it just sounded kind of good, Whelan Creek Country Club. Yeah. So I think it was me that came up with it, and I had no complaints because I'm the boss.
And now, Gary, a little birdie told me that you might be the boss of the camp, but Sue is the owner of the camp. So how does that work exactly?
Well, I thought that was a good move, and at this point in time, I have to say it was. No, when we bought the properties, we didn't amalgamate them, and then when the last switch came, we put this part of the property in her name. So yeah, she owns the camp, really, not me.
So
she lets me be the boss.
She can veto any of your decisions, is that it?
Oh, she can trump me every time. Every time.
In case you have to go back to jail, she wants the property.
Well,
do you want to take us around the room and just let us know who's here and who's in attendance?
Well, okay. This is my cousin Raymond. He's from Deep River, and he's been hunting here for probably 10 or 12, 15 years, 18 years already. Oh my God, we're getting older than I thought. Wow. And Doug Stewart is a good friend of mine. He's down here for tonight, and next week he'll come out hopefully for a couple of days. Then we have Tim Bronke. He's here. He's been with us probably 13 years now. He actually is brother-in-law of my brother Mike's, and this is his girlfriend Tammy. And this is Allie. That's Doug's girlfriend. She's here, I guess, just for tonight. And this is my daughter Jenny, and she's always here in the evenings with us, and like Susan, my wife, and they come down all the time. And this is my sister-in-law Robin. She's up for the party. And of course, I think you know Sheila. I think they call her Katila Sheila.
She's got a bit of a problem.
Oh, sensitive about
Yeah,
that.
but that's okay. Well,
Who's this old lad over here?
and the old lad, well, Sheila brought that guy along. Found him in a ditch. His name is Keith. And, I think you found him in a ditch a while ago because you had him here the other day, too.
And he's another lad that's well known around the station.
Oh, yes, so I hear.
Oh,
Yes. And then this is our good friend Chris Moore. He's from Deep River. He works with Joey at ACL. And well, Joey's retired now, but Chris, he's still at it a couple of more years. Susan, my wife, is right there, and she's busy talking to Billy, and she's trying to learn how to play the mandolin. And Billy comes down with Rick all the time. He's a good mandolin player, and we have a lot of fun when they come. On Friday, we're going to go up to their place and have a little party up there. And then that's my oldest brother, Joey. He's from Deep River. He's retired now, and he's been hunting here since he came back to Canada. His last stint was in Germany and in 92. And then over here we have my other brother, Michael. And down in the corner there we have Lance. And then, of course, Rick Haas down for the evening. And that's everybody around the circle.
That's it?
So now, have you heard any of the stories when the boys go out and they come back?
Oh yes, I've heard lots of those stories.
Is there one that you remember?
Oh yeah, I can tell you one. This was a really difficult deer to shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried everything to get this deer to fall, and it would not fall. This was the buck that would not fall because he was not a real buck. He was just a decoy for a guy that you think after hunting all these years that would realize that it wasn't a real deer, but he didn't, and so he got really fooled. That deer just would not fall.
We got Lance the
That's the
first
first
day.
day.
And then
Mike.
a couple of days later, and then
Yeah.
the next week.
So is that sort of an initiation into the camp or what?
Oh yeah.
Now, among all the guys that are sleeping here, who's the loudest snorer, would you say?
We take turns being first. Chris is pretty good, I can tell you that, and he talks a lot too.
About 6 or 7 hands went in the air on that one.
Oh yeah. It gets pretty loud, let me tell you.
And who's the best hunter of the group?
I gotta say he is.
Yeah,
Well, I was going to say you.
because he always seems to get the first deer. It just never fails, and the same with fishing.
There you go.
We got some music coming up in just a few. We are going to take a quick break for a word from our sponsor, Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. We'll get the guitars out, and we are going to sing a few in just a few. You are listening to Live from the Hunt Camp on Valley Heritage Radio.
It's hunting season in the valley, and Thomas Cavanaugh Construction would like to remind you to be a responsible hunter and to remember these important safety tips. Always wear your hunter orange. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't hunt alone. Be sure of your target and practice gun safety. These tips will help ensure that hunting remains a safe activity for all concerned. A message from the folks at Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. Have a great hunt.
We are back for more Live from the Hunt Camp on Valley Heritage Radio. We are at the Whelan Creek Country Club, and we are getting ready for some music. Gary?
We're going to play this little song my brother Mike wrote for a little store in Renfrew called Charlie's Place.
Here I go, just walking down tunes were swell, and I could hear the music coming down from upstairs. At Charlie's place, at Charlie's place, at Charlie's place. So I went up so I could see the music playing, and damn it, it was me. So I went back into a dream of Charlie's place. Charlie's place, you can go, have a meal and maybe a show, and you'll just never know who you see at Charlie's place.
Would you guys mind doing your version? I've heard you guys do a fantastic version of Fox on the Run. Is that something you could do for us?
Oh, yeah. She walked through the corn leading down to the river. Her hair shone like gold in the hot morning sun. She took all the love that poor boy could give her and left me to die like a fox on the run. Like a fox, like a fox on the run. Well, everybody knows the reason for the fall. When one tempted man and paradise was called. Now that woman tempted me and took me for a ride. But like a lonely fox, I need a place to hide. She walked through the corn leading down to the river. Her hair shone like gold in the hot morning sun. She took all the love that poor boy could give her and left me to die like a fox on the run. Like a fox, like a fox on the run. Now lift a glass of wine and fortify your soul, and talk about the weather and fears to know. Now I see train girls and put me on the floor. The game's nearly over and I'm at my road. She walks through the corn leading down to the river. Her hair shone like gold in the hot morning sun. She took all of that poor boy could give her and left me to die like a fox on the run. Like a fox, like a fox on the run.
watching you guys play here, it looks like you have a lot of fun out here at the camp.
Oh, yes, we sure do, yeah.
The other thing I notice about you is it appears to me, it appears to us that this place means a whole lot more to you than just going out and being on the watch, doesn't it?
Much, much more.
What does this camp mean to you?
It means all these people getting together, having a good time, and enjoying each other.
Well, we want to thank you for the invitation out to the camp with you tonight, Gary. It's good to see you again, and we want to wish you many, many, many more years of hunting fun here with your friends.
That's
Give yourselves a round of applause.
Well, thank you.
That about does it for us. We hope that you've enjoyed live from the Hunt Camp here on Valley Heritage Radio. We, of course, want to thank the gang from the Whelan Creek Country Club for inviting us out today. We hope you folks have, like Jerry said, many more years of happy hunting together. We also want to remind you to be listening tomorrow as we visit the Handsaw Hunt Camp near Round Lake.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
So I guess some people will be tuning in for that one. By the way, the cast and crew of Live from the Hunt Camp are wearing some great mossy oak jackets by Columbia Sportswear that have been supplied to us by Afelski Shoes in beautiful downtown Killaloe. And of course, this program would not be possible without the generous support of Thomas Kavanagh Construction. So until tomorrow, from the entire Valley Heritage Radio Live from the Hunt Camp gang, see ya!
Thanks for listening to Live from the Hunt Camp, brought to you by Thomas Kavanagh Construction. Be sure to keep that radio tuned to 98.7 FM and join us again next time. From the whole Valley Heritage Radio Hunt Camp crew, have yourself a great day.